Class just forming up now, getting ready to go.
Thanks to Trevor Pierce Yamaha for sponsoring this race. Trevor and Rachel and their son Jacob, who's actually racing in this today on a 600, and looking forward to it. After his accident last year, Jacob's come back in leaps and bounds and gradually getting his confidence back and setting himself new PBs, so great to see. So Seth Devereaux, Jake Lewis, Dan Jenkins, Nick Kane, Avalon Biddle. Geez, there's so many people here could win this race, including Ashton Hughes, but they're very, very closely matched and a tremendous spread of different machines. But yeah, it's Jake Lewis and Seth Devereaux and any one of them. Is Avalon in this? Yes.
Yep. Actually, it looks like Avalon's missing from the grid.
Avalon's not there. It's a great start from Seth Devereaux on the MV Augusta. Very carefully feeding the clutch out as he was getting off the line, but he's done a great job. He's got he's pulling out a second or two on lap one going into the pothole. So
Seth's always been a very hard charger from the start.
Yeah.
He's a man with no fear of cold tyres. He's happy for the bike to be moving around underneath him, and so right from the very first flash of the green light, he is ready to go and on the pace.
He certainly is.
Now that is a good gap, about 1.5 seconds on the first lap. That's an amazing start, and a nice easy way to set yourself up for a good clean race if you can get that sort of gap on lap one. So it looks like we might have two Triumph 675s in second and third place. I think that would be Nick Kane and Dan Jenkins in second and third, with Jake Lewis back into fourth place.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's definitely Nick Kane on the Mega Motorcycle 675. So Seth Devereaux out in front, 1.5 seconds behind him. Seth Devereaux, Dan Jenkins, Nick Kane, Jake Lewis, 2-3 seconds off the pace in fourth place, with SJ Cavell and Luca Dorning bringing up fifth and sixth. So Jake Lewis not having it his own way today. He was absolutely dominant last time out in this class in January, but not today.
Looks like he's going to make the move into the right hand of Fulton Hogan, and he gets it done cleanly. So he's decided that it's time to make the move. Perhaps he was a little concerned about tyre temperature in the first lap and just held himself back a little bit, but it looks like he's got the bit between the teeth and on a roll now. Up into third place is Jake Lewis.
Yeah, Seth Devereaux riding away into the sunset now. But, that does sound good, that MV, when it's on full noise.
It sounds fantastic, and you're right, Seth's pulled out about a 2-second lead now over second place. So that's very, very good riding from Seth. Let's see if he can maintain that for the entire race distance. So Seth Devereaux ahead of Dan Jenkins, Nick Kane and Jake Lewis for first through to fourth. And here they come sweeping around Avon City Ford FM, the rock corner. Back onto the main straight, and Seth Devereaux by a comfortable margin.
2.5 seconds now. Seth, so he's got 8 laps to go. Dan Jenkins, Jake Lewis, Nick Kane and Luca Dorning up to fifth.
So Jake closes up quite well under brakes into the hairpin. And it looks like he's got a good run. He's managed to pull a bit of gap back onto second place, and he's right on the tail now. It's just whether he can get through the infield complex cleanly.
So, Seth Devereaux, Dan Jenkins, Jake Lewis bring up the top three. So, Jake is slowly working his way up through the field, but he was a bit hesitant off the line. But yeah, as Ian says, he might be the tyres. He was just conscious of letting things warm up a bit. But yeah, Jake, he's got Nick Kane on the other 675 right up his tail. So the two of them, I mean, they're good friends, they know each other well, but on a racetrack that means nothing. So Nick's positioning himself for a sprint down the straight. So let's see, it's a flat out battle with these two 675s.
When he's in the draft, he's pulled out, but unable to make the move. That Yamaha of Jake Lewis gets a good run on down the end of the straight.
So Seth, Dan Jenkins, Jake Lewis, Nick Kane, and now Ashton Hughes up to 5th. Good ride from Ashton, helicopter engineer from based in the North Island, but originally from Greymouth.
Seth Devereaux having a great lonely ride on his own in first place.
Great place to be.
Absolutely, he'll just be...
Don't mind being on my own if I'm going to win the race.
He'll just be concentrating on hitting his braking markers, hitting the apex, getting a good line, nice and clean, not too much throttle, just keep the pace and keep it flowing, keep it smooth. The guys in second, third and fourth, of course, the guy in second place, he's doing everything he can to stay there. The guy in third, he's trying every manoeuvre he can to try and find a way through. They are riding absolutely as hard as they can, but in doing so, slowing each other down slightly as well.
Yep.
Once again, Nick Kane closing right up on the tail of Jake Lewis as they come round through the Rock FM sweeper. He's right there with him this time. Absolutely in the draft as they come across the start-finish straight. But
Not
just doesn't have the legs off the end of the straight. That Yamaha is very fast.
Not by much.
Generally a bike in the slipstream has the advantage, but can't seem to make his way through at this stage. And of course Jake is very good on the front end, very good on the brakes. So, quick word about Seth Devereaux. Seth's from Cromwell, runs his own motorcycle repair business there. Currently riding the MV Augusta F3675, sponsored by Helicraft and Joe's Garage, Chems, Shoesy, Night and Day, Dragon Jeans, B Effect Brewing, and Kiwi Bike Insurance. Good list of sponsors there for Seth Devereaux, who is running away with this race with about a 4.5 second gap.
And 6 laps to go.
The battle really is for second, third and fourth. Jake Lewis doing everything he can to hold off Nick Kane, and Dan Jenkins, former sidecar swinger.
Well, he still is. He's Dennis Charlotte's sidecar passenger.
Very well adapted to sidecars and solo machines by the look of things.
Well, he built that really quick bucket. Now, he also built something else. The Tigcraft. What was it? It was an RS 250 frame and a something 400 or whatever. I don't know. I forget.
CRF 450 motor.
Something.
I think
It was just, and it was ridiculously fast. He's a very clever, capable engineer, Dan Jenkins. He's a locksmith by trade, and yeah, highly intriguing sort of a chap. But yeah, 4 or 5 laps to go, and it's still Seth out in front by a country mile, and Nick Kane and Jake Lewis battling it out in third and fourth.
So running through the field in first place, it's Seth Devereaux, followed by Dan Jenkins, followed by Jake Lewis. Nick Kane in fourth place, Ashton Hughes in fifth, Luca Durning in sixth, Jacob Pearce, supported by Trevor and Rachel Pearce from Trevor Pearce Motorcycles, running in seventh.
That's a good place for Jacob. That's good work by him.
It's a big effort considering the massive crash he had a year or so ago.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely stellar to
he's
see
actually
him.
in seventh. His best time's 1:39.3, so that's no.
It's a stellar time.
Good going, yeah.
Good work.
I wonder what happened to Avalon Biddle.
She pulled in race one with bike problems about halfway through the race, so I wonder whether it's a continuation of that.
I'd say you're probably right. No fire in the hole.
So the best time of the race so far was by Seth Devereaux, a 1:33.89. So Seth will be very, very happy with how he's running this race. Seth was also a rider that succumbed to a mechanical problem in race one, so this will do his confidence no end of good. He'll be feeling comfortable and happy with the bike and ready to take on the New Zealand Grand Prix title tomorrow.
Yeah, well, he's had that bike a couple of years now, and he's had his own fair share of issues with it. He's been ridiculously fast, and then it kept breaking down. So, okay, when he's got the white flag out, the computer's telling me there's 3 laps to go, so one of them's wrong. Right, well that changes the dynamics completely. So Jake Lewis has got to be on his guard because Nick Kane wants that second place.
Absolutely.
Third place. Dan Jenkins is in second.
And Jake's closed right up on Dan there. Maybe he's realised that with 1 lap to go, he really needs to get a hustle on or he's not going to get it done. And he's having a look into the right-hander. He's going to... Ooh, that is so close. And that's going to cost Jake some time exiting there. He's only going to get one more chance. And... he's really going to have to work now to close up that gap.
And keep Nick Kane off his tail too.
Absolutely.
Nick's in a good spot. There we go.
And Dan now knows that he's here, that he's there behind him and looking for that second place. So Dan will be riding as hard as he can, but trying to maintain a good defensive position on the circuit. He'll run a little bit tight into the pothole, into the dipper. He'll probably run tight again into the sweeper. Jake will need all of his grip and all of his skill to get round and close that gap. I don't think he's got the distance.
So Seth Devereaux takes the flag.
Seth Devereaux in first position, Dan Jenkins in second, Jake Lewis in third, Nick Kane in fourth, and a very, very good race between second, third and fourth. Very clean and very, very well fought out between the 3 of them. So that was Luca Durning just coming across the line there to take 6th place. So that would be Jacob Pearce coming across in 7th place. That's good work by Jacob. And Sam Perry coming through as well. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Great racing in the 600 class. Congratulations to Seth Devereaux on the MV Augusta F3675. A fantastic win by a really unseen margin in recent times on a 600 Supersport race. To see a margin of 3 or 4 seconds in a race like this is quite unheard of this day and age. So brilliantly well ridden by Seth. Fantastic ride by Dan Jenkins in second place, and Jake Lewis in third, fought all the way to maintain that third place. So congratulations to our top 3 finishers.